Kirk Cameron is really conservative Christian, and I skew way left theologically than him, but he just changed his view on hell. And watching the comments of people that are just calling him a heretic now because he doesn't believe in eternal. Popcorn based. His hell is popcorn based.
The Eternal Sanders of hell.
But the people crying heresy, you don't believe in eternal torment anymore.
Let's watch his thing.
Okay.
Let's switch to him.
I'll help you out.
Thank you. Yeah, I think this is a good one now that you've teed it up.
I used to hold the position of conscious eternal torment because that's just what I was taught by people that I love and trust. I've learned that there are other positions, and a very robust argument can be made for conditionalism or annihilationism, as Edward Fudge posits here. And it fits the character of God, in my understanding, more than the conscious eternal torment position, because it brings in the mercy of God together with the justice of God. It doesn't leave judgment out. It is just, but it also fits with the Old Testament picture of the fate of the wicked, which is to be destroyed, it is to die, and it is to perish, not live forever in an eternal barbecue.
Kirk Cameron has
So you can pause it. Yep. Actually, if you want to switch to the other window that has a Kirk Cameron thing, which is from his actual episode, and we'll just do a few, 20, 30 seconds of this.
Okay.
Dr. Edward Fudge, talk about exactly what you're saying. He's saying this idea of the immortality of the soul is not a biblical concept. Now, here's what his position. He says that concept was imported by early Christians who would read the readings of ancient philosophers like Plato, who weren't Christians, and talked about the soul being immortal, eternal. And so you're going to go to one of two places forever. You're going to go to heaven forever, or you're going to go to the bad place, hell, or whatever it is, forever. And that they imported that and just considered it a given, and then brought that into Christianity. But that the Bible, particularly in the Old Testament, never talks about the eternality, immortality of the wicked souls. The only ones who have immortal souls are those who are granted eternal life. And that's only believers. Jesus died so that we could have eternal life. But do the wicked have eternal life in hell? And if they do, why does the Old Testament describe the fate of the wicked in the opposite terms?
Exactly.
For example, the Old Testament describes the fate of the wicked with 3 words: death, perish, and destroy. The soul that sins, it shall die. It will perish. It will be destroyed.
Because that's part of his full episode. Kirk is on this. Is it Kirk? Kirk
with a Kirk with the.
He's on to something. Maybe it's because he doesn't know, or I think it's because he has a view of the Bible that it's univocal about all matters of importance, where the Bible speaks equally about things like the afterlife. But he's scratching at the door of something that most people who deconstruct and renovate their faith, and some that leave, is that you discover, like, oh, there wasn't, like, everyone went to Sheol. In the Psalms, David goes down. When I go to Sheol, you're there. When I, basically describing, like, God, where can I go that's apart from you? And Sheol was this model, or this idea of the afterlife. It's where everybody goes. There's not a fleshed out heaven and hell.
Is that what Sheol was?
In Old Testament, it's the grave.
Oh, I thought it was the burning poop pit.
In the New Testament, you start to get there, and that's my line of thought, is like this progression of understanding or of belief of what is after people pass away. In the New Testament, you do get ideas of, like, you can find passages that would back up the eternal torment model of hell. it doesn't exist in the Old Testament because they didn't think of heaven and hell in the way that people by the New Testament did. And he's not wrong about the kind of a Hellenistic or Greek being influenced by that, and that you see that show up. But I mean, I could create a word salad and keep talking, but I'll stop there in case you guys say stuff. I just like that I'm a universalist. Like, I believe that if God exists and he cares about people personally, that Jesus is working to reconcile all things to himself. Ultimately, I don't know what everything looks like in the meantime, but I'm hopeful for that. But the wages of sin is death. That's New Testament. That's a good annihilationist text of like, the wages of sin isn't eternal conscious torment, but
meaning you're just done, gone.
Some annihilationists,
which is a very Jewish way of thinking.
Yeah,
right.
And some Christian annihilationists allow for maybe there's a period of like you are consciously aware of like your decisions and you are punished consciously for a time, but ultimately it's not eternal. And philosophically, I think he's really onto something. Like, what do Christians, the average Christian believes you're born into this world and you're sinful. Like, literally, you're born into a world where you can't measure up. Mm-hmm. And so definitionally, more people than not are subjected to eternal punishment. That doesn't seem actual just. That seems like it's going beyond justice. And I think that's a compelling case for at least the idea of maybe not going to universalism, but it is one step in that direction. And Kirk may never get there, and that's fine. But I think biblically, on a passage by passage basis, if you're going to do the cherry picking thing, there's way more evidence for his new view of hell than there is for eternal stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if his descriptions were complete when he's like, here's there's only 3 words that are used to describe it. But I'll go do my homework. I'm not going to do my homework.
Well, that's fine. If you track down that, and I always say this, but I forget to add it. I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
it's worth. They have like an hour long, him and his co-host on his actual podcast where he talks about the biblical reasons of why he's changed. So there's a lot of more depth than just like, it doesn't feel right, so I'm changing.
I didn't get that sense. He doesn't strike me as someone who would.
This is a big step.
Anyway, it's a big deal for him.
It feels like a big step.
Yeah.
A public apologetics kind of guy that's like, I don't think the Bible actually teaches this, because that's his main thrust is like, I don't think the Bible teaches this in the way that I thought before.
I mean, he's probably in his early mid 50s.
Probably.
I'm guessing.
Sounds right.
Right. And so for someone who's, I'm assuming been a Christian his whole life, or would call himself a Christian his whole life, a believer, for him at this point to evolve his thinking on something that's been pretty core to his belief system for so long, that's a big deal. I think that seems like some growth. And I'm sure that there's a lot of Christians who are like, see this as a tragedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The comments are wild. And all the video that we started this with was a guy being like, he said this, and I'm going to break it down. I don't remember that guy's channel. No disrespect to him. But if you just Google Kirk Cameron hell, you can find all the reaction videos. And it's all good fun. And we're doing a little bit of that now, but hopefully it's not too salacious.
I appreciate that we're not reacting to a reaction video, which is what
we kind of are.
Which is what you sent me. No, we're just reacting. Oh, yeah, we are.
But we're not damning anyone to heresy.
No, but you did send me one, which I told you later on. Like, you sent me the thing that I hate the most about the internet is guy A talking about guy B, and I'm listening to guy C judging guy A talking about guy B. Like,
all right. So I get
this wasn't that. This wasn't that.
Colin, maybe as producer, maybe you can reach out to Kirk Cameron's camp and see.
Great.
And get him on the podcast. I say that jokingly. It's probably something you or I should do.
Do you think he's around? Is he?
I think he's in Southern California.
Is he?
He might be.
Oh. Well,
But even if he's not, Edward Fudge, by the way, he mentioned.
we could have him sit right here.
We get right on this tiny table. Welcome to the Tiny Table podcast.
Sit on our tiny table.
You've heard of the tiny
here.
desk?
Come here, Kirk Cameron. Sit on my tiny table. I'm the creepy guy from Family Guy. Say,
Listener, if you don't get the reference, he's not saying shit on the tiny table.
come sit over here, son.
It's more of a Sean Connery or shitting down.
A bit of a Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, before you do that, Colin,
Before.
this ties into, and maybe this will add to this conversation until we end. One of the next windows is that woman.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Because it ties into hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. Good.
Oh, here she
And
is.
we'll get Colin's pretty face back on.
Full screen. We'll let you.
Yeah, well.
It is better.
Okay. Hold on. We'll get our headphones on.
Oh yeah.
Quick, very brief setup. I just saw this. The algorithm hit me with it because I live on YouTube.
Ready, set, go.
I don't think people are actually religious.
100% disagree.
I think the people that are religious are the fundamentals that are blowing up and banging down doors. Those people actually believe it. But the I believe in God, but I let people live their lives.
Oh my.
Bull. I quit eating sugar. I've told every single one of my friends about it to try and help them get off sugar. If I thought they were going to burn in hell, I would be shaking them awake in the middle of the night and being like, accept Jesus into your life, please.
Okay, so you're gonna say no one's being extreme enough.
Because they don't believe it. They don't buy it. If I thought that if you died, you would go to hell forever in a horrible place with Satan doing to your ass or whatever, that'd be the first thing I said to you. I'd be like, how's it going? Are you religious yet?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't
South
know?
Park
People
hell.
talk about keto. People talk about so many things all the time. If you thought that there was a God and there was a heaven and hell, people would not shut the fuck up about it.
Right, they would really be trying to convert you into a pious person.
My aunt, she is religious.
What has she done?
She texts me every day. Please,
To remind you?
please accept Jesus.
So the people that come knock on the door and they say,
The fanatics, the people who we deem crazy,
those are religious people.
these motherfuckers being like, I'm a Christian, but gay, I love gays. No, you don't get to make caveats. You don't get to believe there's a dude in the sky orchestrating shit. It's so delusional. It's crazy.
So you think that in order to be religious, you have to be essentially a fundamentalist?
You have to be one of the people on the train that are like crazy.
What about a person that's like, I go to church every Sunday?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What about the Jewish guys that don't do the thing on Friday?
None of the Hasidics, none of those people actually believe it.
So no electricity is not enough for you?
No, just because you obey these laws, that's like me obeying the law that I don't, vape on the train or whatever. It doesn't mean I believe in it.
So does this drive you nuts?
It drives me nuts.
So you're just looking at people and you're like,
Liar.
liar.
I had sex with a guy who's like a dedicated Muslim, and I was like, nobody f***s me who believes in Allah. No way. This heathen with lesbian
And
mothers.
he was like, I'm Muslim. And you're like, no, you're not.
No way. You're not Muslim. You just like the rugs or whatever.
The vibe.
The vibe is great. To be a part of a tribe is great, but they don't actually believe in the doctrine.
Do you celebrate Halloween?
I love Halloween.
So what's your take?
I don't.
All right.
Let's get Colin's cam back up.
Yeah. Here, Colin. Hand it to me. I'll help you. I'll help you, my son. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. So many. There we go.
Just as
Perfect. Perfect. Cutting to Zach right in the middle of changing. Okay. What's your guys' reaction to what this obvious non-Christian heathen just shared?
But before I do that,
No. Answer my question.
no,
You already did that
I just
once.
wanted to heap more praise because it's the last time I'll do it on Kirk Cameron. He's got a financial incentive to not change his views. I think it's pretty remarkable that he's public because
You're talking about Kirk Cameron again?
Yeah. No, real quick.
This is the producer notes right now on you. What are you doing?
Oh, I know.
You're ruining the
But
whole,
I just wanted to
the
say-
whole show.
Because we're going to talk about hell still. And I think
Why do we even show this clip?
because we're going to talk
Why
about
do I even show clips?
Okay, I just said it.
I don't know.
people with a financial incentive to stay in their lane that deviate from that.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, Kirk.
Yes.
All right, now.
Lady on the train, Zach.
Anything else? Anything?
I don't need to start this. You guys have thoughts? Like, what do you guys think?
That's what I asked.
But I just said stuff, so it's talking pillow.
All right.
I got thoughts, but I don't want to keep talking.
Well, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that clip. Yes.
No, I will after you do it.
No, that's why I asked.
Or Colin.
I think she's great.
I don't know who she is. It's labeled Zoe Kravitz.
It's not Zoe Kravitz, but I think she's a comedian.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she does stand-up comedy.
Oh, man. I'm still
she makes a
processing.
point.
Yeah.
It's a really good point.
So let's just, like, if I was to synthesize that whole clip into one statement, it would be, so if you really do believe this, why are you not acting with more urgency?
Yeah, like Westboro Baptist, the God hates F words.
Yeah.
The gay F word people. I don't want to like search for this and bleep it because I think that the gay F word will get us dinged on
Booted.
YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a small church, but they get national because they protest people in a very vocal way. And in a weird way, I don't think their theology is correct at all, but they're putting their money where their mouth is in a way that most Christians believe in hell and that people that don't believe in Jesus will go there.
Right.
And
well, they say that, and that's their point. You say that, but if you really believe that, if you believe that that was like...
Your actions betray your actual beliefs.
Yeah. Now, the charitable interpretation is the best way for me to convince you to wake you up in the middle of the night and shake you around? No. That's not going to be the best way to convince you.
No.
And so she needs to learn the art of subtlety. Clearly.
Well, she's doing a good job of being humorous and
I know I'm making a joke.
That's where comics are the best. It's what comics should be, is just to point out the flaws in a humorous way. And even if it's not perfect, and even if you can poke holes in the logic, it doesn't matter. She's got a point.
I know, and I agree. That's why I brought it, because I thought...
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. But it's like, I could tell... I could say I'm not afraid of the dark, or I don't believe in ghosts, but if in the middle of the night I wake up and the closet door is cracked open and I feel a little pinch of fear, it's like, oh, I believe a little something that I know there's nothing behind there.
Wait, is this a confession right now?
Yeah, but I think it's just like you can state all the doctrines you want.
Yeah.
But what you do with it in your real life, like Colin in your seminary thing.
No,
like,
I just mean, are you afraid of ghosts?
I was on the wrong camera for that.
That's okay.
Oh man.
Maybe. But that's a silly example of like what do you actually what, yeah, oh my god. What do you actually do with, you say you believe one thing, but if you're not doing anything about it, you don't actually believe it. Maybe you're part of a tribe that believes a thing, and so you have to check those boxes vocally.
So what does you're not doing anything about it look like? Because, I mean, in my mind, I say I believe these things. I don't think that I act. Well, actually, maybe here's the right way to put it. What are the motivations behind not acting with that level of urgency? If you believe that eternal separation from God is a potential for
not only
people that you know and care about.
Not only eternal separation, but eternal torment. Like,
I was trying to like pick an easier one, which is just to say eternal separation from God. If you believe that exists, and you can, if you want bonus points to throw in torment.
But isn't it easier? Like, oh, well, they're separated from God, and maybe they don't like it, but that's not that bad compared to torment. So maybe if you're a Christian, think, well, you eternally separated. It allows you to.
Okay, let's go. Buffers you. Let's make it easier than torment.
The terror of it.
Satan is. What did she say?
Gonna do things to your butt.
Yeah.
Right.
South Park hell.
Yeah.
South Park Satan.
South Park Satan. that's the version. So what was my question?
Well, whatever your question was, I like in my childhood,
What does urgency look like? That's what it was. What does urgency look like then?
It looks like nothing I did, even when I would have said I believed in eternal hell. And I would have like had doctrinal debates with people on the street about it, or with Mormons or whatever. I would have like defended like, well, you haven't accepted Jesus, and so therefore you go to hell forever. And like, and in maybe an inarticulate way, shocker, but there are people that are really articulate that position well.
Yeah.
But I would have done my best to be a version of that. But I don't think, looking back, I don't think I ever actually believed it, because really it was like I would be a part of groups or mission trips or whatever where you would try to convince people, but I was never the one like doing all the talking. It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so I think intuitively from the beginning I was like, this can't be real. And I would have never said that out loud, but it's just looking back, like based on my actions, I think I found it too hard to believe. And so I had fun with a lot of kids growing up where it's like, oh, they're probably going to hell, but you don't do anything about it. So either I didn't believe it or I'm a monster. And maybe I'll let the listener decide.
Or
which.
it's uncomfortable because it makes people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but if I really believed it, that's what she's saying. If I really believed it, I would have been a better evangelist.
But it doesn't mean that it doesn't feel uncomfortable.
Correct.
Like I could still believe that and just be like, this is hard, this is awkward, this is uncomfortable.
Right.
And humans don't tend to voluntarily put themselves in those positions.
Correct. Enter Reformed theology or Calvinism. And so Mikey, remember Mikey? Mikey, I think he still listens, but we met with him once to get a beer, and he's a Calvinist.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Thor.
He looks like Thor, maybe even better than Thor. So if you're watching, Mikey, you look good, man. Satan's going to have some... I'm just kidding. Sorry. But enter Calvinism, where you're somehow tasked with preaching the gospel, but God is the one that does all the changing, and it's already preordained. So we don't get to know how people are. You just need to preach and proclaim the gospel, go into all the nations. But somehow it's all part of God's plan. So that is a good buffer where you're like, I tried, or even if I didn't try, ultimately it's in God's hands. So
I'm absolved.
And I get the appeal, and you can find examples of in scripture that seem to point in the direction of ordination, like God hardening Satan's heart, i.e. But I just flipped those because I'm dyslexic.
IE's right. You did it.
But I should have put IE before that. That's fine.
I thought it was like IE. Yeah, and it also speaks to your views on how you think God acts in the world today.
Right. And I'm a hopeless hypocrite either way. Like, even
hopeless hypocrite.
I'm not an evangelist, and I don't proclaim that God will eventually reconcile. I don't do any version of that. I mean, other than just like live my life and sort of try to be a version of the hands and feet of Jesus, but I'm terrible at that too.
I don't know what qualifies evangelism, like what qualifies someone to be an evangelist.
Tell people about, go into all the world and preach the gospel in my name. Go into all the nations, which you can translate wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the better translation according to N.T. Wright, and I'm fine with that.
Whatever you did.
As opposed to
whatever you did for the least of these.
We have to cover the entire earth with evangelists and make sure everyone converts. It's more like, hey, you're here, tell people about Jesus. And for me, it's like more just live my life. And it's, if you need me to be an evangelist, it's sad because I'm not an evangelist.
I don't like I've never had the first thing that people learned about me when they met me that I'm a Christian. It's never been the first thing ever that I can think of. Like I never lead with that,
which makes me like you more.
Well, I don't know if I know any. Well, yeah, there are people. Yeah, obviously. We have the people on the corner that are very noisy.
But that wasn't the first.
Right.
It's not the first thing. It's not. You're not leading with, "Have I told you about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" And I'm not sure. I don't think it should be. I mean, well,
it's not.
I said I'm not sure. I definitely don't, because it's not what I do. It's the furthest thing from my mind.
For you, you feel like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's like my opinion, man.
Yeah.
By the way, this rug really ties the room together.
It kind of ties the room together. That's all right.
It kind of ties.
It cuts.
If someone were to come in here and piss on this rug, it wouldn't. You wouldn't devastate you like it did the dude.
It'd be a bummer, man. Our next episode, White Russians.
Oh.